welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to show you guys a fall tutorial using nothing but drugstore makeup. So let's go ahead and jump in and let me show you guys what I can come up with. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to prime my skin with the e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer. I really like this primer. It really does what it says, you know, it makes your face look poreless. So I put about a pump and a half on my hand, I rub it together to warm it up, and then I just press it into my skin. Okay. And then the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my little sponge here. Excuse it needs to be cleaned, but I'm gonna go in with my Milani Conceal Plus Perfect 2-in-1 foundation and concealer in the shade 00 Light Neutral. So I'm gonna start by putting a pump and a half on my hand, and then I'm gonna go in with my little blender here, and I'm just gonna start dotting that all over my face. I know it looks like a little too dark for me, but once it's all blended out and everything else is on, it looks really, really good. And this stuff has amazing coverage, like it's amazing. Like, look at all that redness is gone. And then I just bounce it in just little bouncing motions. I don't have a mirror in front of me, so I am going to use you guys. So, and then I just apply extra to wherever is needed. And then I like to bring it down to my neck so everything is the same exact shade, just in case it's a little bit off. Because right now I am like super, super pale, so. Okay. And look at the coverage on this foundation. It is by far the best drugstore foundation that I have ever found. Okay, now that that is done, let me just make sure I got everywhere. And I'm just swiping it down my neck. Okay, so the next thing that I like to do is I like to do my concealer, if I can find it here. Here it is. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Concealer. I do have mine in the shade, where is it? Light Ivory. So I just apply this in like a little triangular shape, and then I put it around my nose. And I dip back in, do the same thing. And this concealer is really good for the drugstore. It's one of my favorite concealers from the drugstore. I mean, it does not beat Tarte Shape Tape by any means, but it is really good. Okay, and now we're just gonna blend this right on out with my sponge. And why did it roll off the table? Okay. And I like to just pat it under my eye. And like, look at the coverage of this concealer. It is really good. Okay, and to set the concealer, I like to go in with my Coty Airspun translucent powder. Now this powder does have a fragrance to it. It honestly smells like baby powder, but this stuff really sets your makeup. And I'm just going in with my little beauty blender here, or my beauty sponge. This is not a beauty blender. And I just tap it wherever I put concealer. And then I am going to brush the excess away. And I have a different powder that I'm gonna put all over my face to set the rest of my makeup. So I'm just gonna go in with my Aesthetica P12 brush and just wipe away any excess powder. I do not bake my face because I have really dry skin, and that just, it does not work for me. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set my whole face with the Wet n Wild pressed powder. And I'm gonna go in with a big fluffy brush, if I can find it here. And I'm just gonna twirl it around in this powder and then just put it all over my face, just to go ahead and set that foundation down. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my bronzer, and this is the butter bronzer. I cannot think of the name, oh my gosh, and this stuff smells amazing. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this. I have mine in the shade Light Bronzer, but this, I actually just got this not too long ago. I want to say about a week or two ago, and oh my gosh, this stuff is amazing. It blends out like a dream, and it smells delicious. So I'm going in with this crown brush right here, and I'm just going to pick up some product, tap off the excess, and just do a little bit of bronzing. And I just start at the top of my ear here and just go back and forth. And I'm just going to do the same thing on this side. So starting at the top of my ear, right here, and just going down. That's all I do. Okay, and I like to put a little bit like up around my hairline up here, just to kind of make my forehead look a little bit smaller. Okay, the next thing we're gonna go into is blush. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon Ombre Blush, and this one is in the shade the Princess Daiquiris, and this is a beautiful shade, because once you swirl your brush into all of these beautiful shades, it creates just the most gorgeous thing ever. Like, look at that. It's subtle, but you still get a nice little wash of color. And I absolutely love that. And now I am going to go ahead and go in with my highlighter, which is Wet n Wild again, Precious Petals. So this one is beautiful and stunning. As you guys can see, there's a big indent there where I use this on like a daily basis. It's like my go-to highlighter. And this is blinding. You really can't tell it. Yeah, you can. I was about to say, I didn't think my lighting was gonna show it. And that is just gorgeous. And I like to put a little bit on my nose. There we go. Just stunning. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead and go into the eyes, and I like to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow concealer as a eyeshadow primer. This works really well. I have really dark eyelids, so I like to just put something on top of it to get rid of the color, and also just something that's a little bit tacky so the eyeshadow will stick. Now, you don't have to do this, but it is something that I like to do. Okay, now I am gonna go in with my Wet n Wild palette right here. This one is in the shade Nude Awakening, and this one has the most beautiful shades for fall. Like, look at that. That is gorgeous. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna go in to the shade that says Transition, the bottom one, with my Morphe brush right here, and I'm just gonna dip into this. There's a little bit of fallout, as you can see, but I don't mind that. As long as the shadow performs well, that's really like all that matters to me. So I'm just gonna blend it just using windshield wiper motions. And look at the pigment on that. And this palette is so affordable, and you get, let's see here, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 shades in this palette. It is absolutely stunning. So I'm just gonna blend this on out here. Okay. And I am gonna use the same brush, and I'm gonna dip into this red shade here. just because I love this shade. It just looks so stunning. And I'm just gonna go back and forth. There we go. And then what I like to do is I like to go in with a flat brush, and I really like this shade right here. It is just absolutely stunning. It's a beautiful copper, and what I like to do is I like to just press it right in here, and look at how pigmented that is. It's so gorgeous. And then I'm just gonna go back in with this red and just put a little bit more, so that way if we have any harsh edges, we make sure they're all blended out. And then what I like to do next is I like to take this very light shade right here, and I like to just go in with my finger, and I like to put it just right here. And that is stunning. Now I'm gonna do this other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back and both eyes are done, and I did go ahead and fill in this eyebrow while I was away. And what I'm using is the Neutrogena brow pencil, and this is in the shade it is in the shade dark brown. And I'm gonna do this one on camera just so you guys can see like what I do. And this is like the perfect shade for my brows, and I just go in here and just fill them in. So, and then I just spoolie them out. I just love the way that this looks. It's just stunning. Now for mascara, what I'm gonna do here, if I can find it, is I'm gonna use the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer on my eyes, and I just ran out of the Lash Paradise mascara. I am so sad because now I need to go buy more. So that's actually not what's going to be in this video, unfortunately. But I do have another really good mascara that I'm going to share with you guys. And that is the Great Lash by Maybelline. It's the one in the pink tube. The only thing that I don't like about this mascara is that it's really wet, but it really gives me the volume, or not the volume, the length. It just doesn't give any volume, but with this primer, I found that it does really good. Okay. And then I'm gonna go in with one more coat. There we go. Sorry, I can't really talk while doing mascara, but you guys can see a difference. This is the one with mascara. This is the one without. And I am just going to go ahead and do this other one, and I will be right back. Okay, guys, now that all my eyes are done, we only have 2 more steps. And I'm going to go in with, for my lips, with this Maybelline Super Ink Matte Lipstick, and mine is in the shade Lover. And I love this color. It is just a beautiful, like, nude color. There we go. And I love this lipstick. It lasts so long. It is amazing. And our last step is going in with this Milani Make It Dewy Setting Spray. And this stuff is amazing. It makes my makeup last, and it gives me a nice dewy finish. So now I'm just going to spritz, and then I'll show you guys. This is the completed look. So this is my fall drugstore makeup tutorials that I wanted to share with you guys. So if you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a big thumbs up, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. I do upload twice a week, sometimes more, but I do try to upload every Sunday and every Wednesday. So go ahead and hit that notification bell so that way you're notified when I upload videos. And until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.